Hello. I think I'm streaming now, but I'm not entirely sure, and we're going to be having a little bit of Okami. Let me just set up. Just a moment. Oh! Oh no! Very bad, very, very bad streaming. It's gone red. Oh no, how do I improve that? Hello. Sorry, but for some reason the streaming's gone really bad and slow. Let me see if I can do anything to improve that. Sorry if this is terrible quality. I'm currently working on it. Oh, thank you, Abby. Thank you. Hello, there will be a stream in a moment if I can get this sorted out. Let me just see how it's going. Like. Well, that's not too bad. Hello, Emelian. Hello, Pokington. Hello, Ziffy.
Ziffy! Pokington! Emelian!
There's Abby.
I'm excited.
We're excited.
And sleepy.
Yes. But this is Okami, and there might be a bit of Ori in the Blind Forest in a moment. I mean, you could say, Okami and Ori are games I'm excited to play. I've been off to see Hamilton with my wife, and we had a very nice time. We were in London with our friends. Our friends are called Jenny and Matt, and we went to Hamilton with them, and it was nice. And as you can tell, I sort of lost my voice a little bit yelling at them all night. We had a very good time. And I guess I'll be fielding questions about that as we go on. And in the meantime, I'm going to be playing a bit of Have a Cup of Tea. A bit of Okami. No, but seriously, I will be telling you simultaneously about that, and also hang on a minute. Wait. Yes. I have a silly, and also I have a bad voice because I've lost my voice because I was shouting over traffic noises. But that's all right. I think we can make do. And we'll see how we are. And now I'm going to play some gammon. So, but what you probably want to hear about if you're one of the people who came here for the Hamilton aspect rather than the Okami aspect, although I imagine there's some crossover between those two worlds, I'll tell you about what the London Hamilton is like. Here I am, first of all, trying to... Just before I tell you that, can anybody remember what I'm supposed to be doing? This person seems to have an idea what I should be doing. What do you want? What a joy to see life returning to the land. 15... Oh, I just need to do more trees. That's easy enough, I can do that. So, yeah, you may be wondering, what's it like when a totally different set of people attempt to do Hamilton than the people who ostensibly you imagine should be doing it, which is to say the people on the album, or if you saw the original cast. Now, we're quite a way out since the original cast left the show, so it's possible you may already have acclimatized to the notion of other people doing it. I was somewhere in between. I was very comfortable with the idea of it, but it was, practically speaking, I wasn't sure what that would be like, because, let me just talk to this person. I'll tell you why. Hello, I'm trying to listen to you. Mrs. Orange. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Woof. Okay, so I need to... Woof. I need to find more trees that I can turn into trees. Oh, except there's one. There's one. But it was all sort of very theoretical for me because I hadn't actually got any experience of anybody else playing those parts in Hamilton than the original cast. And the thing is, more than any other show, Hamilton in particular is a show that I thought it was going to be difficult adjusting to a new cast. Firstly because, I mean, so much of what its identity is tied up in the original cast. I did this one a minute ago, didn't I? Is tied up in the original cast and who they were, and the fact that, like, at least some of it was kind of written for them because it was, you know, they were on board while it was being finalized and so on. And of course, Lin-Manuel Miranda was there. But the other part is that Hamilton, more than any other musical, is like... Okay, so most musicals are trying to imitate... I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, you know, when you write a musical, what you do is you're writing something that's either a bit symphonic or a bit, sort of, I don't know, sort of somewhere in the 80s and 90s pop music type sound. Whereas Hamilton is written and recorded specifically and arranged specifically to imitate recorded music, right? It's aiming for a particular sound, and that sound comes from pre-recorded music and samples and things like that. And so, first off, I was always wondering how they were even going to pull that off with a live band at all, because, you know, the album is produced in such a way that you kind of wonder, like, is this all just sampled? Like, how is this done? Why is there a band for this? And of course, not for all of it. You know, you can hear there's plenty of music being played by people with instruments on the soundtrack. But do you know what I mean? It mimics this kind of sound that is made up of sampled music and stuff that wouldn't normally be done with a live band. So I was confused. I can't really explain to you what the difference is, except that when you're there, it all suddenly makes sense, because what you're hearing is, while being exactly the same as the album, it's somehow quite different as well, because now you're hearing it in the room, and you can tell that it's live now? What am I on about? Difficult to paint these trees while trying to explain this feeling, but it sounds slightly different, basically, is what I'm saying. And it makes you think, oh, okay, with the album, they kind of fucked with it and made it, you know, they produced it a bit more to make it sound a bit more produced, to make it sound a bit more recorded. The album is not just what you hear in the theatre on a CD or on a download from iTunes or whatever. It nearly is. There's no actual active differences. It's just the format of sound that you hear. It sounds way more live. That's all. So as a result of that, any difference was going to feel a little bit more weird than it would in, for instance, like a Phantom of the Opera or a Les Mis or something, where baked into it is the feel of a musical, where, of course, the cast changes, things are going to sound slightly different. With Hamilton, you're like, well, everything has to be exactly the same for it to even function, because, you know, because the lines are so tightly written, the rhythm of each word is so carefully put down and sorted out, that any fluctuation in it will make it all go wrong, I thought. That's not the case, and in fact there were many different takes on some of the lines. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's right, we were going up to see this tree, weren't we? So yeah, there were little, of course, no ad-libs. You can't ad-lib. Am I supposed to go in there? Yes, I think I am, aren't I? You can't ad-lib, but you can put different emphasis on different words. I mean, and most of it was just tiny stuff. So, for example, there was a line halfway through what's his... Okay, I'm sorry about this. This isn't me trying to do it, but I have to go through the lyrics to figure out which bit I mean. The little bit in the second... Right. I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. When's it going to get me? Sleep 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run? Or let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought live past 20. Where I come from, something. Ask anybody who wants to fast and life. If you're fast, you have to life. That's plenty. Scraps up. Isn't on the room. The movement. Ah, yeah, that was it. It was... why we live in fast and we laugh, reach for a flask, we have to make the moment last, and that's plenty. He put a little and in. We have to make the moment last, and that's plenty. That's the sort of thing. Tiny little changes from what's been done before, but that make a little bit of difference. And king of that was the bloke who played Aaron Burr, who I'm going to name check because he deserves a name check. Let's see what's going on in the chat before I move on. Whoa! Oh yeah, that's right. You can move this around with the mouse, can't you? What's going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat? Ba-ba-da-ba-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. What's going on in a chat? We've got. Oh gosh, there's quite a lot of chat. Am I dropping frames like mad? I'm terribly sorry. Yes, I was on red. I don't know why. We're not doing anything differently. Oh, you weren't downloading a big video or something, were you, Abby? Are you doing any big downloadings? Looks like you've opened all your tabs. Maybe it was downloading them at the time or something. I don't know. But that shouldn't affect it because it's our upload that's the problem. What's my frame rate like at the moment? What, is it like? I was just going to say the same question again. Thank you, Emilian. There's no difference. Emilian saying hello back to Abby. Little bit of lolling going on there. There's Ross, hello Ross. There's Abby. There's Ender, hello. There's Envy Dajam, hello there. You're going to quite like both of the things, this game and Hamilton. La la la, la la la. This is a very interesting bit of the chat of the stream, isn't it? Where I just read the chat. Yep. Yeah, true, Ziffy. That's true. The price of tickets has been a big problem for most people, and the reason we were able to go and see Hamilton, and I just want to put this here so that you, I don't know, don't feel as if I'm mocking everybody by having had Hamilton tickets. They cost us 35 quid and that's all. I don't know how either. But, well, I can tell you exactly step by step how. Matt from Life's a Pitch, our friend of this parish, he and Jenny were in some sort of... they'd signed up to some sort of mailing list or something that alerted you early when there was going to be tickets to the London show. And so Jenny got the message through, like, the minute the London tickets went on sale, and you just had priority access because you signed up ahead of time. I don't even think she paid to sign up or anything. And so we got them for £35 a go, which is like, oh, okay. Okay, yeah, then, yes, we'll go. Thank you, we will go to that, yes. Because you get 4 tickets per person. So she went like, well, we only need 2. You guys want to come? Yes. So we did. Now, that suggests to me that there may still be mailing lists you can get on to get some sort of money off. But also it suggests to me that perhaps the tickets in London aren't quite as expensive. Oh, by the way, and we weren't in like the priority, not priority, we weren't in the like zone A seating. We weren't down on the floor. We were on the, not the balcony, but the next balcony, the something circle, I can't remember the name for it, where you're really high up and far away, but we were on the front row of that, and it was great. The seats were great. I was really worried going in, because I was thinking like, well, this isn't going to be a very good seat. I mean, it'll be nice to be there and to be able to say we were there, but what, all the way up there? We're not going to be able to see anything. All we'll be able to do is say we were there and listen to the better sound system than I've got at home. But no, it was actually way better seats than I could have anticipated. You could see everybody's face really clearly. Yeah, we were quite close. It was good. You've seen my selfie of myself there, and if you haven't, it's on my Twitter, and I've just posted it in the Discord. But even that makes it look like we're miles away. But we weren't. That is misleading. Right, what do we got here? Get it on the Switch, play it nearly to the end. What, this game? Yes. Play it till nearly the end. Not. Why not just play it? Oh. Because... yes. Did you? Twice? When? Yeah. And you nearly got to the end both times. I don't remember that. Wow. Okay. You got to go to the overlook at the top of the hill where Mr. Orange is. Is that where I am? I forgot there now. The part that Dave couldn't do on the Wii. Frame rate seems to be better now. And we're talking about things. And Smooth and Groove of the Sheep, apparently. Yes, I know. 35 flipping pounds. It was quite all right, wasn't it? Okay. Okay, I've caught up. And there we... Somebody buy Hamilton tickets for Ziffy. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Ross is about to deliver a stupid and off-topic question for Abby. We'll find out what it is in just a moment. But first... Oh, if you saw me drop frame rate then, that was real. I actually did. Am I supposed... Is this where I'm supposed to be? Nope. That's a nope from Abby. Okay. Back through here. By the way, what? She is Welsh. Is that the question, or are you leading into? So therefore, what do you think of this and that Welsh thing, or is that the question? Because we just not mentioned that she's Welsh. Where am I supposed to? Oh, perhaps up here. I'm supposed to... Whoops, boing. I'm supposed to go to somewhere overlooking something, so let's try up here. By the way, I sang a little bit of the King song from Hamilton just there. The King was the only one in the cast who I recognised. So I'm a racist. No. It just is. He happens to be the only cast member I recognise. And the reason I recognised him is, you might have seen him, he's in the Les Mis movie. He's the pervy factory owner at the beginning. The, yes, the virtuous Fontaine guy. And I spent the whole show going like, where do I know your face from? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But, and I didn't think of it until outside when we were walking away from the theatre and someone mentioned him. And I went, I know him from somewhere. And then boing, it just entered my head. Yeah, oh yeah, so, oh there he is. This is the bit, isn't it? This is as far as I ever got in Okami, isn't it? So the legend of this is that on the Wii, which is the time when I played Okami before, and not since, I got to this, what I think this bit, if he's about to do it, and I got no further because the motion controls literally would not let me get any further than this. We played it for days trying to do it. We figured out the exact pattern it wanted. You have to draw circles around fruit, and there was a very specific kind of, you know, like Christian fish type design that it would be the only shape it would recognize, and you had to randomly get it right every time. Oh, it was drastic, and I think I eventually got through it, and then I was just spent, and I was like, right, I can't play this anymore, and I never played it again. So let's see if it's easier without the broken motion controls. Not broken for everyone. A lot of people found it was absolutely fine. And of course, this game kind of lends itself to motion controls. You should have motion controls, really, with this game. I'm surprised that they've not come up with a way to do that. But, whatever. I must say, though, I thought it was the man whose head turns upside down that was the... Oh, thanks. That was good, Mr. Orange. Well done. Oh, okay, no, so I'm not going to get to do that thing. Yeah, no, I've just got to watch him do the dance. Alright, so it's not this bit after all. Yeah, I know. Seen it. Yep. I know. Yep. Yes, I know. Yes. That was longer, right? Are they going to get longer and longer? I have. Oh. I thought you meant the Majestic Figure Review, which I have witnessed. Can you hear my voice is gone? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to keep putting listen until because it seems like he does something different each time. Well, go get him a drink. How am I supposed to know that? Is there a clue? Yeah. Okay. I need the power of the earth to save the sacred tree spirit. That's the only power that can restore all the withered tree. I'm tired. We've had a very tiring couple of days, right? Okay, I've just got to finish doing trees. great, that's fine. I don't really know in what area of game I'm looking for these trees. Like, yeah, but I don't know what counts as this area or not. There's one. Anyway, here's what I wanted to say. The guy who played Aaron Burr, he was a phenomenon. Abby, could you nip in my bag and get the program out so that we can name check that guy, because he was so good. You will discover it in, do you know what, just pass me my bag. By the way, the reason I kept singing the song and then stopping is that that's how much of it I wrote down in the 2 minutes before this. Here we go. So there is no further music than that. So what? 4:15? Nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. That's a silly time to be awake.
Oh, apparently you've done all the trees. It was just that one you needed.
Where was it?
And it uses.
Aha! Pictures! I've not even looked in the program yet. There he is. I think. Okay, so the bloke what done played Amber called name is as follows zing doing boing doing him name Giles Terrera. Well, I don't know how to pronounce it, but there him is. And he was extremely good because he played it totally differently than what you might be used to, which of course is a daunting prospect, isn't it? You go, well, I might not like it then, because I know how it should be done, and you'd be right. That's not an unreasonable stance, but also it does turn out that you can completely differently do the character, and it works brilliantly well. Well, not completely differently, obviously, but what he did was. Oh, wait, how do I... Oh, the man's gone. I've got to wait till morning. Great. How do I do that? There's no sleep. There's no fireplaces. I've just got to stand around until the sun comes up again. I got a way of waiting. Just have to sit here. Alright, fine. The way that he played it was... How do I describe it? Okay, he was chattier and friendlier. And sort of way more sympathetic. He was honestly more Iago-y, Shakespearean, not Disney, in the sense that well, he slightly played it in a way that kind of resembled the way that I saw Iago played the one time I went to see Othello, but it was. I don't know, far clearer that he was the sort of narrator taking you through the story than I've previously been aware of. And it was very... He was chatting to you, the audience, as if you were his mates. And he chatted to Hamilton in a really familiar way. Like, they really seemed to be friends. And I think he waited longer for that to switch round. I think there's a with original Aaron Burr, there's a certain amount of like resentment there for a lot of the way through, particularly when they go like, yeah, we keep meeting. I thought it's been a while, but I thought there may have been a sort of an element of that there, but they were just really happy to see each other for a lot of the thing, and it made for a sort of a quicker. I got the sense he was. Basically, what it leads to is when you've got that scene where he's relying on Hamilton for his vote towards the end, it was very reasonable of him to assume that he was going to get it because they were big pals, and I think it's less of a sure thing in the previous version. And can you think of any better way to describe the way this guy was? He was just very animated. He was very chatty and friendly and. He was nice, he was naturalistic, and he took... Ah, there we go. original Aaron Burr, whose name I can't remember right at this moment, sorry about that, delivers all his lines in a very metered way, which sounds great on the album, of course, and in the show. And it's all on the beat. This guy was happier to take it off the beat if it would help to deliver a line naturalistically. But he never... He held it really carefully so that it was never going wrong. He was brilliant. He was flipping brilliant, and you should go and see the London cast, like, for him. They were all great, but sort of he was the standout one because of how much of a different interpretation it was. I think a lot of them were doing a very similar interpretation, but that's the role. Yeah, they were all great. Also, very strong Angelica. Is it Angelica? I sometimes mix up Angelica and Eliza names-wise. I was just saying she was good. Yeah. I mean, they were both good. So it's Eliza who does Burn, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry. I sometimes mix those names up. Her version of Burn was very good. I thought she held back for a lot of the rest of it. But then when you get to Burn, she put, if anything, more anger in than I've seen before. It was very good. Oh, sorry. I bit him. I didn't mean to. The guy who played his son, Hamilton's son, and that other guy that he plays, you could have convinced me it was the original guy. Very, very similar. Ah, here we go. All the trees have sprung back to life. It is time to harness the power that dwells within the good earth. Yes, it is time for the Konohana Shuffle. I shall summon back the spirit of the divine tree Konohana. Alright then, please do. Leslie Odom Jr., that's the fella. That's the fella. That's the fella. Charming, charismatic. Yes, both of those, but but he was the performer. I wouldn't say his version of the character was. Honestly, his version of the character was a bit nerdier. He was a little bit more nervous, sort of, you know? No, not nervous, that's not quite right, but he had a faster, more nervous tongue, if that makes sense. He had a thinner voice, and he was, I guess he was playing it on the, what's that actory word for, like, the weak to strong spectrum? Where you can, and this is like a training thing that all actors do, like, okay, now play it number 8, now play it number 4, and they'll say the same line, but cowering and sort of submissive versus powerful and strong. He was lower on that scale, deliberately. His version of the character was lower on that scale than Leslie Odom Jr.'s. And it was brilliant. Because, of course, he's playing opposite the cockiest man in the world. I don't mean the actor, I mean the character. And so, yeah, it made for a really cool dynamic. Sake of Valor. But first, I must break my vow of temperance. I shall gingerly sip this sake, and soon we shall see blossoms. Oh, speaking of gingerly, you know that cherry wine that I like? Well, my mum's got me for Christmas a little, not Christmas, my birthday, a little selection pack of different flavours that they do. Hey, his orange has gone massive. And one of them is a ginger flavour one, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm saving it. I don't know why I'm saving it. That doesn't make any difference, does it? So I might as well have it first. Oh, look, why is there a little arrow? I guess that's his line of sight. It is the stuff of legend. It's the bit I can't get past in Okami on the Wii. Yes, I'm getting the impression that we're going to see something called the Konohana Shuffle. Shuffle? What is it in the chat? He's blossoming things. No! I'm reading the chat. What about Peggy? I pressed the button, but it didn't do paintbrush. No, it's that I pressed the wrong button. I always forget what the button is. not much to say about Peggy, you know. She only has a couple of lines, but then I think, isn't it her that comes back as the, what's her name? I have to remember the name by working backwards from the Someone pamphlet. Hang on. I'll spend all this time looking it up, and then you'll just... Maria Reynolds! Yes. And she got that. You know, that's a very difficult part to sing. And I didn't notice anything wrong with how she was doing it, so... It's always interesting when you've got a notably difficult to sing part, and someone who isn't the original person who did it can also do it, and you go like, oh right, well done. You know, because you kind of go like, oh, I didn't think... I mean, a key one is... what? Yeah, but it doesn't say, or show me my time limit. Okay, I pressed the buttons as fast as I could. I'm going to press them faster each time until I get it. This is probably what my problem was last time. It's a very complicated maneuver you have to do. You have to hold that, and hold that, or that. I don't know what button it is. I have to find out every... For some reason, this game's controls are so different to all the controls for any other game, that because it's from before they kind of settled down what the buttons for everything should be in console games, that for every button press I do, I have to press every button to find out what button it is, even if it's just a jump, and it's always it's always the last one. Yeah, come on. No wonder I didn't get past this. How much cutscene do I have to sit through between each go? The key one of this is whoever they've got. Ah, no, not that button. No, missed. Oh, got it. Whoever they get to play Elsa in Broadway Frozen and sing Let It Go. You know, that's a really difficult part, and it's something that's synonymous with one performer and her particular style of performing. And so you're like, well, they couldn't get anyone else who could do that, but they seem to have. I haven't heard it yet, but I'm told it's fine. Okay, they've all been working so far. Like, every single one took like 10 to 20 goes with that big cutscene in between on the Wii, so we're getting somewhere. Ah, that's the other problem. It starts your cursor on the thing. I want it to be like around the outside of the thing so I can draw a circle around it, don't I? Perhaps I haven't got the hang of that and I'm wrong about that. Is that it? Have I done it? That's it. That's the bit that I was completely stuck on the Wii. Flipping heck. Well, here we are. We get to see what the village looks like all nice. I mean, you've all probably seen it. Abby certainly has, but I haven't. Woof. He's having a little splee now. That's a word for a big sleep. Bigger than a sleep, it's a splee. And it's called that because you go, a splee! Ah, great Amaterasu. Hello. You're alive. And you, look very nice. Little bug friend, I see you are full of spunk as always. I also owe this elderly gentleman my deepest thanks. What bravery! Mere words cannot express the depth of my gratitude. Thanks to you all, I have been restored and re-energized. Of course, the one who deserves my thanks and respect the most is none other than the glorious god Amaterasu. Praise be to you. A little shade of the Matt Berries in my voice today. Sorry about that. I cannot guarantee that it will mean salvation for all of Nippon, but if you restore the guardian saplings spread about the land, you too will benefit from power that results. It's good. I will remain in Kamiki, praying for your mission's success. How I look forward to gazing upon you again. By the way, the Maria Reynolds bit, something I didn't know is that up on the top left balcony, from the beginning of that song, her husband is watching. He's right there with his big hat. And he's peering over the balcony watching that whole song play out. Can't hear him. I mean, can't see him because the light isn't on him. There's not even a trace of spotlight on him. But if you know what to look for, yeah, he's there, and yeah, he's playing the part. He's looking down, he's watching. It's all very cleverly, all the background stuff is extremely on point all the way throughout. There's one moment that I had no idea about, you know, no matter what I may have seen, where, I can't remember what bit it is now, but it's quite early on. It's when Hamilton is sitting down and he's writing something on his desk over on the right-hand side of the stage, and on the left, there's a guy with a gun, and he shoots him. And that woman who plays the bullet that you might have heard about, she catches it in her hand, takes it all the way over to Hamilton, and just swerves off to the left as if to say, not just now. It is not time just yet. You know, I'm not sure what that's in reference to, whether it's, you know, we're meant to think it's like a sort of an assassination attempt, or whether it's just a general comment on the fact that he's in constant danger, but just fate is just letting him be for now. It's a good bit. I'm going to assume he didn't know how to play the game before. No, Ziffy, honestly, like, Abby, tell him, I really spent days trying to draw those circles, and the Wii just didn't accept even the best of circles. Whoa, okay, that's not good. I'm not making it look as if I can operate this brush, but that'll do. It won't do. Oh, have I? Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh! Look! I've had a tiring couple of days. It's a big clowny cat. Bonk. Lol. Silly. He fell into the screen. Oh, is it a monkey? He's making monkey noises, so not a cat. Oh yes, it looks like one. Amaterasu, or origin of all that is good and mother to us all. Long have I hidden myself here among the nature of Kamiki, but the time has come for I, Hasugami, proud member of the Hanagami trio of Flora gods, to reveal myself. May my power be of May my power be of assistance on your grave quest. Doop de doop 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 doop. Doop de doop de doop. 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 Something you might not realise about Hamilton, because I didn't, is what goes on before you get to see Hamilton. Which is that, you've got to be, for some reason, apparently, you have to be there an hour before the show starts. I've never heard of this before with any other theatrical performance. Obviously, you know, you're always supposed to be there before the show starts, and I've heard of ones that don't let you in if you are even a bit late. But, oh, can I? Lovely. Oh no, I think I've had that before, so perhaps I did play a little bit further than this. But anyway, maybe it's just the fast pass system, because we had these... We didn't have to queue. There was a big queue outside, and it went round the block. And, well, actually, it wasn't very long, but there was one set out, so presumably later on it became long. So perhaps that's why they wanted us an hour early, so that we could be funneled in quite quickly. So we got to see... Oh, yeah. Lovely, I will. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you, I will. So, we got to see the merchandise shop, and they had the books. They had the book that he based it on, and they had the book, you know, the tie-in book that he wrote. We didn't buy either of those because they were ludicrously expensive. The Hamilton book's like 30 quid. That's almost as much as I paid for the ticket. I still want it. I might get it at some point. But not on the same day, you know. Unless you can only get it at the theatre, which is balmy and bonkers. Oh, whoops. Whoops, pressed the button before it showed me the clue that I'm now going to complain I don't have, didn't I? Okay. I'm going to have a very relaxy day tomorrow. Today and yesterday have been very rushy-abouty. I've been on trains, I've been on underground trains. Can I jump from here? Probably not. I didn't read any of that. I wonder if I should have. Maybe if they think I should, then they shouldn't go on and on forever and ever and ever. Yeah, you see there again? I tried all the buttons to figure out which one was jump. Boof. I've got a fragment of the sun. Oh dear. Okay. I guess I'll see what's over there. Nope, that's not the button. I don't know why I can't figure out what any of the buttons are. My deepest detriment. Mind you, I seem to have figured this out by now. Oh, that's no good. What do you mean boy-oing? Are you boy-oing me? Hooray! There we go. Oh, 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 hey! Oh, what do we have? Oh, yes, I can... What do I do in these places? Do I dig? Not that way, I don't. Do I dig that way? Way! And then... Zoop! There we go. That achieved something. I don't know what. What's in the chat? What's happening in the chat? Did the London version have the Lawrence interlude? Is that the, do you refer to the bit where they get the letter, and it's the one little bit that's not on the album? Yes, it did have that. I don't know why they've not put that on the album. It seems like the only reason not to put it on the album is so that... Well, no, there's no reason. Why wouldn't you put it on? It just kind of makes the album trickier to fully accept into your heart as 100% fully adequate version of the show, you know? Not very. It still is, and it's fine, but it just seems like that. It's like a bit of sabotage, isn't it? Like, oh, we'll just cut a bit of the story out so that one thing doesn't make sense. Let's do that. Weird, okay. Okay. What else we got? There was Emelian trying desperately to tell me I needed to put dots. You're looking at a celestial brush god. This is how you get new powers. Alright, cool. So every time I see... Yeah, every time I meet one of those, I get a new power. In this case, the lily pad power. Oh, okay, Ziffy, cool. The pink hour has struck. I should probably be getting to bed soon, Mum. Where? The pink hour? Good night, MV. I recommend going back to watch the backlogs of this game. It's so beautiful and great character story music. That's right. Unfortunately, I spend most of it bemused as to what's going on because I don't pay enough attention. What's that interlude about? Yeah, honestly, Ziffy, what that interlude is about, and I'll say this in a not spoily way, but some people might disagree with me because I'm going to tell you what the basic barest premise of what that bit is. But a character, Hamilton gets a letter saying that a character has died, and that's what that bit is about. And you have this sweet moment where he's reading about this character's death while that character is on stage reprising something they sang earlier, and he can just barely see that, see him. They have the actor kind of notice him on the stage. It's very sad. Now, there's an argument for that not being on the album purely because it's just a reprise of something and it's not. But yeah, so's a load of other stuff that's on the album. No, they should have put it on there, but never mind. It doesn't ruin the album or anything. I had heard the album a number of times, unaware anything was missing, before I found out about that scene and was like, oh yeah, okay, it would have been cool if that was on there. But it would have been cool. Well, yes, quite, Raspinari. Right. but also they use it to kind of tie, just vaguely, just thematically, almost subconsciously, tie that character, the one who dies, together with the character that same actor is going to play in Act 2. Because they have, in Act 1 and Act 2, they have the same actors play different characters. Not the whole cast, but some. And yet at the same time, they never stop reminding you that these are in fact the same actors playing the same character, so they're kind of playing them both because he's decided thematically they tie together. What am I supposed to be doing? I'm just wandering back and forth. Hooray! I did that. Ah. I thought it was going to be a quest. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Here's someone else who's singing. Perhaps if I go and talk to singing people, they'll have things to tell me to do. Whoa! Uh-oh. Okay, Okay, well I might leave it there and switch over to Ori and the Blind Forest, but first let's see what's happening over here. Hello! Oi! Oh, yes, now I was supposed to go and look at the sacred tree, wasn't I? Where's the sacred tree? Which one's the sacred tree? Oh, I go quite dizzy looking at this because it's, I'm quite close to the screen because it's a computer, and it's a very low frame rate, just because the game's locked at 24 FPS or something like that, so I'm... Ooh, you go ever so dizzy. I might have to stop playing this. In fact, yes, let's move on to Ori and the Blind Forest before I go Blind Forest. But first I'll save. Where's a good save place? There. Go! Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now is I will... Oh no! We're not going to play Ori. Abby, are you free for a moment? Me and Abby are going to play a new game that I got the other day and that I think you're going to like. Yeah, it's a sweet little game that I got. I don't know if it's any good because I haven't played it because I've been saving it for this. So what we're going to do is, I am going to stop the stream so it will appear that we've gone offline, because we will, but then I will immediately start the stream again. And when I say immediately, I mean after whatever ridiculous nonsense starts happening that stops me from streaming. So, like, suddenly the computer will switch off or something. You know, something will go wrong. It always does. But my intention is to immediately stop this stream. Well, it probably will, Ziffy, but someone tell me what I'm supposed to do each time, and I'll be a bit quicker. And I won't be blithering on about Hamilton every time. Oh, what line is that, Raspinari? Okay, so, you can envy because you'll very quickly get the hang of what this new game is. And you'll be able to go like, right, okay, now I know, and you can go straight to bed. So I'm now going to switch this stream off and start the next one immediately so that I can, just because people complain if you don't change the details in Twitch to what game you're playing. So I'll see you in just a moment. Bye.